Hi, I'm Mac McCarthy and I help people with their breakups. And today I have a kind of a long story here. I want to get into it quick. I actually have a backlog of stories to get through. It looks like some were going to a junk mail box. So I'm backed up a little bit. I just sent out like 6 or 7 emails to let people know I got their story. So I'm going to try to go through these quick. And actually, I'm coming to realize sometimes just unpacking the story in a video is actually quicker than an email. What I want you to do, if you really don't want me to make a video, write it in the opening line. Say, I don't want you to make a video. And that's fine, but I find that everyone, once I make a video, I had one guy that didn't want me to, then I made one for him privately, and then he told me to post it because he thought it would help so many people and he thought it was so good. And the great thing about the video, you can pause it and go back through it. Some guy just told me he watched one of the videos that I made for him 12 times and took notes, and it was really useful. So that's great. All these compliments, thank you so much. And for anyone else out there, visit writemac.com to tell me your story. Okay, let's just get right into this. Hi Mac, I was recently talking to you on your YouTube video via the comments. First of all, I really appreciate your videos. Thank you. They are helping me through this breakup so much, so thank you for that. Thank you. I'm happy to help. I'm not sure how much of the story you want to know, but I guess I'll make it as detailed as I can. Looks like you have. Okay. My girlfriend of 4 years and I just broke up about 3 weeks ago. She broke up with me basically saying she doesn't want to do this anymore and she wants to be her own person. Okay, she wants to be her own person, so she feels like maybe you're too attached is what I'm hearing here. She wants a little bit of independence. I'm guessing before I even get to it that you are a younger couple if she's asking for this. A fight a couple nights prior definitely initiated the breakup. So you don't tell me what the fight is. I would need to know about that. To give you a backstory, we met at work. I was a drug addict and in a pretty dark place at the time, but I hid it pretty well from everyone. I was 21 and she was 19, so you're young. Okay, so you're 4 years later, you're 25, she's 23. So the fact that she wants to be her own person has to do with her youth probably and your age. It's not personal. She loved me and absolutely adored me and wanted nothing for the best for me and chased me to no end to be with me. When we were together, she helped me clear up my debts and see the better side of my life. Keep in mind, I wasn't some junkie, but I did have an addiction to some nasty drugs, but managed to keep good working life and hide it well from society, like I said. Well, I don't know what part of the world you're in, but there's some other drugs that you wouldn't be qualified as a junkie, especially prescription pills. That's a big one in the States right now that a lot of people are functional, but it's definitely a drug to get hooked on. Painkillers. I was open to her about all of this. I've also been clean for nearly 3 years. Bravo. I got a lot of addicts in my family, and the fact that you've been clean nearly 3 years, good for you, man. That's amazing. And keep it up going through this, seriously. As far as our relationship went, it was pretty amazing. We did everything together. Okay, so we did everything together. She wants to be her own person. So there's some correlation there. And lived together for 3.5 years and made so many memories. So you lived together 3.5 years. Okay, that's a big connection. I say this to people a lot, like living together and being a really close couple, it's deeper. So this is going to be tough, man, when you break ties like this. I'm assuming that this was each of your first love or first serious relationship living together. And usually, that you said it was pretty amazing. You guys got along well. However, we moved to a bigger city for her work, and she finished her university degree just over a year ago. And it seems since then we started to grow apart over the last 6 months. Okay, this, like I said, don't take this personal. If you move to a bigger city and you finish university, when you go to university together, your values line up. You're both trying to graduate. You both have class to go to. You both have similar schedules. Things line up really nice, and you probably have similar friends. Everyone's the same age group. When you go to a bigger city and she starts working with other people in a different environment, she's going to change. You're going to change. And like I said, it's not personal. I went through this myself in a breakup, and it happens. We started to grow apart over the last 6 months. If I knew what I knew about relationships now, of course, buddy. But the good thing is you're still young and you're in a solution-based mode right now, checking out my channel and other channels. And now if you get into another relationship or you get this one back, you'll be educated. So don't get down on yourself. It would never have gotten to this stage. You don't know that, so don't get in that When she wrote she wants to be her own person, that doesn't have to do with everything that you did wrong. However, we always told each other we loved each other, and it was definitely a reasonable, loving relationship, despite I and obviously she could definitely feel that something was wrong and the spark was going. I guess we are both to blame for letting us grow apart, but I feel like my negligence and negativity played a big part of it. Well, the fact that she changed and he moved to a big city played the biggest part in it. You were probably negative about the changes in her personality, if I had to guess. I've reflected so much since the breakup and things that I could have done better. Of course you have, but don't get too caught up in that. Get back in the present. I really do love that girl so much, and she knows it. I mean, she knows that you love her. If you had a great relationship, she knows that. So don't repeatedly keep telling her that. If you are. The fight that initiated the breakup was about nothing important, just stupid stuff, but she stayed at her friend's the next night. I would have liked to know what the fight is about. And the following night, she came home from work and broke up with me. I was pretty destroyed, to say the least. I ripped up photos of us, basically bawled my eyes out as she packed up her things to go stay at her auntie's. However, we hugged each other and said goodbye as we both cried on each other's shoulder, and it was a peaceful ending, not an angry one. Well, the fact that you ripped up pictures in front of her wasn't the best thing to do, but you know what? It's tough breaking up, man. So don't get down on yourself. Like I said, we have both moved out of the unit that we were living in, and for this reason had to keep it pretty minimal contact to get furniture, finances. Over that 2 weeks, I handled it pretty well. Good. I definitely didn't blow up her phone or anything like that. Good. And we were both pretty respectful about the post the breakup. Post breakup? I did send her a few long messages explaining I want her back and things will be different. It's okay, it's natural, but stop sending those messages because you don't get extra points for sending them over and over again. Sorry to be blunt. And she sent one back as well, but most of the time it was just about things that needed to be done. 90% of it was pretty respectful. The 10% was I was being emotional. Well, women will remember emotion, but all in all, I handled it pretty well considering I knew nothing of how to handle a breakup at the time. Good. And give yourself some credit. You're just going through it right now. You're going to make mistakes and you're going to learn from them, so don't get down on yourself. When she came over to get some more of her stuff about a week later, I said how much I loved her. She knows how much you love her, bud. Apologize for everything I did wrong. She knows you're sorry for what you did wrong, and it doesn't get you extra points. And what I'm reading here, you didn't do a whole lot wrong. I think she changed her identity and she changed her view on what she wants to do. The statement to me is this one. She wants to be her own person. She wants more freedom. And she's 23, 24 years old. That's why. It's not personal. But I explained how different things would be, how much I've learned this whole breakup. She said she appreciates everything I've said, but she just can't promise anything. She's being nice. Just over a week ago, we finalized everything. I called her and said I'm moving into my new place and she can come over and pick up the remaining furniture. I told her I loved her and adored her and to call me if she changed her mind. She knows the door's open. Quit opening the door again and again. That was 9 days ago and we have been in no contact since. I know that she will have to contact me soon as we will have to sign a release form for the lease we broke. So I'm waiting that. How should I react to that when it comes through? So I already wrote this guy and I basically said, like, the way he's acting, if he meets her again and says, oh, the door's open, you can come back, that's weak, needy, clingy, unattractive behavior. You've already said it 5 times or 3 times. If you can, don't meet her there because it's not going to put you in a good place. It's not that you're being an asshole. If you can sign the release form, leave it with the landlord or whoever the powers that be and have her meet that person on a separate note and just go straight into no contact. Because right now you just keep opening up the wound more and more and you really miss her and love her and you can't be yourself and you can't be a strong individual around her, then don't be around her. Also, how did I go with everything? Well, you wrote the story very well. You know what? Being that it was your first breakup and you lived together for so long and had a great relationship, you did what most people would do. You're not, when you're in a state like this and this happens, you're not thinking strategic. Like when you read all these posts and all these breakup coaches like myself and everything, yeah, in retrospect, everything looks like, why didn't I do that? I should have done this. I wish I would have known this before. You know, in the moment, you're not going to get, you're emotional. So don't get down on yourself. Do you think she will come back? Not anytime soon. Not the way, not anytime soon with what she said. Give her a chance to see what it's like to be her own person and miss you. But on the flip side, you didn't tell me what the fights were about. You didn't say if it was jealousy or what was going on, so I can't really speak on that. And then he writes, I really do love this girl. You said it 4 or 5 times, and I already know it. She already knows it. Just because you really love someone, you care about them, you do anything for them, it doesn't get you extra points when you say it 2, 3, 4 times, and they usually already know that. You're just making it more difficult for them to talk to you because you're forcing your love on them, if that makes sense. And it's overwhelming. She's telling you right now that she wants to be her own person, which means she wants to be a more independent, free person. Basically saying like she's a young lady in a new city and she wants to go out and do things and not check in with you. You didn't say what you're upset about, but that's what I'm guessing. It's probably jealousy of her hanging out with friends more often and spending less time with you. Am I correct or not correct? If she was to come back, you'd need like a month and a half, 2 months of no contact, and then she might call you. But you right now, no contact's best for you to move on with yourself and just get yourself regrouped and concentrate on working on yourself. Like I tell everyone else, you get in that mode, find a purpose. 10 questions to ponder that I send to everyone that half the people answer. You know, get in a solution-based mindset like you said right now. Is it possible that she'll come back? Sure. If you're sitting there hoping and wishing and making it your #1 goal, probably not. Because even if she did come back, it wouldn't be long-term if you were acting the same way. You have to be in a mode where you're taking care of yourself, you're independent, you're confident, you're working towards something. And then if she does contact you, it will just be a bonus, like I always tell people. And if she doesn't, you'll be moving forward. It's harsh news to say. And he ends it with, I wish I could show her how much I've learned from this whole thing and the work I'm putting in to better myself. I really appreciate you reading my story. No problem, bud. I just, here's the thing. Don't think that you need to show her. You're not doing this to show her how much you learned. Do it for yourself. Don't do it for an audience of just her. Do it for an audience of humanity. Do it for your family. Do it for you. And then, through the grapevine, or if she comes back around, she'll notice. But if you sit there and go, hey, come here. See what I did this week. See my progress. You're acting like a 5-year-old with a color book. Look at my pictures, Mom. Look what I did. I colored inside the lines. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Get started on yourself. Start going to the gym, getting an exercise routine. Find a purpose. I talk about this in one of my videos. Find a purpose or a goal. That's one of the things you had at university that was clear. That's why people like going to school. A lot of people go, oh yeah, university, no one needs it anymore. You know why people like going to school? Because the goal is clear. Get my bachelor's degree, get my master's degree, take this class, and this class, and then I'm 1 year closer, and then I'm 1 year closer. They map out all the steps. You achieve something and you get a piece of paper for it. Then when you get out of university, you're kind of like, oh, what do I do now? Right? Because no one mapped out all the steps for you. So now it's up to you to map out the next 3 or 4 years and go step by step. And then when if she contacts you back or hears through a friend, yeah, this guy's really, it's not about you. It's not even saying like the term working on yourself. You are an independent individual that's working towards a purpose. So I hope that helps you. I know that sometimes you know, you're looking for that magic formula, and this is not the channel that I'm just going to tell you, oh, if you do 30 days and then you send this text, and then after that, immediately after that, call them up and then give yourself 3 to 6. I'm not going to put numbers on this no contact thing. I'm just going to say get in no contact and stick with it. And individually unpacking things when, you know, someone has a situation when someone's hit me up recently that, well, the ex contacted them, it was like, I don't know, 40 days later, 45 days later, and was fishing around, and he said, you know, should I make a date or just ignore it? Well, no, take the text, be short, be to the point, make a date, and if you feel like you can be a calm, confident individual and go out without any expectations, go out with them. I'm not forcing any rules. And then what I'll say on the flip side, are you going to be able to handle if she rejects you or she acts cold to you? Are you going to be able to handle that? Because otherwise you'll be back at ground zero. So I usually try to tell you 2 different options. Okay? Hope that helps. Please visit writemac.com to tell me your story. Thank you.